Hi, welcome to Sue Marie P. My name's Sue and I love sharing recipes that you can make at home. Today I'm going to share what to do with your discarded sourdough starter. That's the starter. When you have a sourdough starter, you have to feed it every day or every week, and then you have what's left that you normally throw away called a discard. But I've been saving it in a bowl and turning it into pancakes. I was inspired by a few other YouTubers that were doing this and thought, why not? It's so much easier or so much better than throwing it in the bin. So behind the scenes, I've been developing a spelt sourdough starter. It's still not quite ready to share with you, but I've got the discard here. So what I'm going to do is show you what I do with the discard and how to make pancakes. So I just use it by cup. So I grab a cup of the starter. We made sourdough pizzas yesterday, so I used the starter in that. And then I pop in 1 beaten egg. I haven't tried making these vegan. So all that is in my starter is white spelt flour and water that I've been just making for the last, or developing my starter for the last few months. And then just stir that around. And then I'll just pop that other starter in the fridge and just feed it again and then turn it into pancakes. So I usually make the pancakes once a week. That noise you hear in the background, that's my fan of my little portable induction hob. I'm warming up my fry pan. It's important to have that warm for at least 5 minutes before we start cooking. In here I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder and baking soda, which makes the pancakes nice and fluffy. And I like adding a little bit of cinnamon. So I've got a teaspoon of cinnamon, but you can leave that out and pop in a teaspoon of vanilla instead. Or if you wanted to make them savoury, just leave that out altogether. One of the recipes I was inspired by was Mary's Nest. She added maple syrup to make them sweet. I tend to not add any sugar to my pancake batter because we often have it with jam on top, or fresh fruit or frozen berries that I've defrosted. Okay, so another little thing to make them nice and easy to get out of the fry pan, I just add a tablespoon of oil to my batter. This is olive oil. You can add melted butter. So I've made them both ways. I've made them with the oil or the extra fat and without, and they actually work out better with the extra fat because they don't stick. And then as you're mixing, you can tell that your batter, I'm not sure if you can see that, it's actually getting nice and fluffy from the baking agents that I added in. Okay, that's done. I'm going to pop this to one side. We didn't use it all. I don't know if you've noticed, I like to clean as I go. Spatula, plate on standby. And what I usually do, as I'm cooking them, I like to keep them warm, so I pop a little bowl upside down on top to keep them warm. I'm just going to drizzle some oil in here. And now my pan's a little bit too hot, so I've just turned it down a little bit because now the oil's smoking, which I shouldn't have done. I'm going to zoom you in so we can start cooking. How's that? You won't see my head, but you'll see the fry pan. Let's do a test one. It's always good to do one to start with. I just grab my little 1/4 cup. And my mixture's quite thick. So just grab my other bowl to flip it upside down to keep them warm. So I wait till the bubbles are kind of appearing and then I flip it over. So the first one's stuck a little bit. Maybe I needed more of that oil in the middle. I even bought myself a new fry pan because my other one was getting old and worn. And I just keep this one solely for pancakes because we eat them so often. Seems a bit luxurious, doesn't it? I think I might need a little bit more oil in the middle of my fry pan, just scraping it into the centre. I'm going to keep cooking these and probably speed it up for you at home, and then we'll do a taste test at the end. Just going to do another one just in the centre. But usually I do a few at a time, probably about 2 or 3. Move that closer to me. That's better. Okay, that was a very good one. I'm going to pop in another 1/4 of a cup of my batter. Now if you didn't want them so thick and you wanted them a little bit thinner, you could add a little bit more oil or add a little dash of milk, like a tablespoon of milk. I've finished all my pancake making and they're still nice and warm. The last one was quite little, so how about I do that for a taste test? Because my mixture was quite thick today, I made about, I think there's about 8. So check this out. I'll come a bit closer. So they're really light and fluffy, and I'm just going to split one open. They look a bit darker because I added the cinnamon, but check this out. Look at that. What a perfect way to save throwing out the discard. I'll do some photos as well and pop them up top. So if you've liked my handy hint today on what to do with your leftover starter that you're going to discard or throw away, turn them into pancakes. Let me know in the comments below if you already do this or if you thought this new idea was great. And stick around because I'll pop a few other recipes for pancakes up above. I usually do them in either spelt flour or buckwheat flour, and then I experiment with other flours like quinoa flour. And I'm thinking of doing one with sunflower seed flour very, very soon. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video and I'll see you next time. Bye.